In this video, I'm going to show you how you can connect multiple boards to each other within Monday.com. Hi, my name is Tara, and I'm the founder of Simple Day, a Monday.com partner. Over the last couple of years, we have done hundreds of implementations for different companies all over different verticals, showing them how to get the most out of the platform. We do training, custom implementations, and anything that we can do to help you get the most out of Monday.com. If you need any help, my contact information is in the description below. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And now let's jump in to learn how you can connect multiple boards to each other within Monday.com. I'm going to show you exactly how we can connect this project's overview board to two different lower level boards. So essentially, we're taking one board and connecting it to two other boards. Now, here you can see on the projects board, I just have some basic columns. I haven't done anything yet, and I'm just going to walk you through what all the boards look like so you can see that I haven't done anything in advance of this video, and you're really going to learn step by step exactly how to do it. Now, if we go to the Project 1 board, you can see here, again, I just have a couple of columns, and the Project 2 board is actually an exact match of the Project 1 board. Now, what we want to do is we want to connect this project overview board to my two different lower level or project boards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus, and I'm going to choose the option of Connect Boards. And you're going to see that we're going to have a pop-up come up that's going to ask us which boards you want to connect to. So I have to select the boards. And here you can see it's pretty easy for me that I automatically have Project 1 and Project 2. It is showing up for me. Depending which plan you're on within Monday.com, there's different amounts of boards that you can connect to. So make sure to check that out based on your plan. Now, the next thing that I need to think about is if I want a one-way sync or two-way sync. One-way sync would be that I would only see the information on one board. So let's say if I was doing a one-way sync, I would see the information on the projects board, but not on this overview board. If I was doing a two-way sync, I would see the information on both ways, on both boards. It used to be that once you set this option, you couldn't change it, but actually in a more recent update, Monday did allow you to change it, which in my mind is like a game changer. I can't tell you how many times we built this out just to realize that we had to change it, or my clients come to me and be like, why can't I see the information? And they already connected hundreds of items and they need to go back and redo it. So for this example, I'm going to hit set a two-way connection. And because I'm choosing that option, it's going to automatically create the connected board column on my lower level project board. So let's see what happens. I'm going to hit connect boards. And now it's going to give me the option to create a mirror column or not. So here I'm going to create it. We're going to get into the mirror column in a minute. I don't want to get distracted with that because first I want to show you what the connected board column is. So here you can see I have a connected board column, right? It added this column. If I go to project number 1, you can see I have the connected board column there. And here you can see that I have it as well. So what that means is that I can come over here and I can say, okay, for this project number 1, I'm going to choose all the things from this board that I actually want to connect. I need to choose this board because here we'll have the list of all the boards that we're connected to. And I need to choose my tasks. So let's just say I am just going to choose the first 3 tasks. So you can see that this column is connected to 3 tasks. Now, if we go back to project number 1, you can see that all 3 of these tasks are connected to the project of building a website. If I click on this, I do want to show you that it opens up the item with all the details of that task. But this essentially is showing me from each board what's going on each board, and I see the connection. Now let's go to project number 2. I'm going to do this from the other side to show you that a two-way connection, you could do it for both sides. So here I need to pick my project. So here I'm going to pick project 2, and I'm actually going to pick multiple items, and for all of them are going to be project 2. Now, when I go back to my project board, so now you see that there's 4 tasks that are connected to my project number 2. Okay, so that was the connected board column. Again, we're just simply connecting two boards and seeing the information on the different boards. Now we're going to talk about mirror columns. What mirror columns does is it's mirroring or showing us information from the other board. So here we had automatically set this up that we have this mirror column for the status. Okay, so this is pulling in the status from the other board. Like it doesn't really live on this board, but you're just viewing it on this board. That's kind of why it's called a mirror. So if we want to add more mirror columns, there's a few ways to do it. Go to the connected board column, click on settings, customize connect board, and we can add a mirror column from here. And you're going to see that it's automatically connected. So see this gray line over here? That's telling you that these are connected board columns. Now, I obviously wouldn't want two status columns to be mirrored because it's the exact same information. So I can click on the three dots and then I can customize it and change the column that I want to see. So let's say now I want to see progress tracking and I can automatically see this. The other ways to add these mirror columns is you simply can click on this and duplicate it, or you can click on the plus button and you can go to the column center, click on more columns, and then you can add a mirror column. I obviously can change the title over here. So here, if I want, I can change this to, let's just say task status. And I can add as many mirror columns as I want to this board. Now, these mirror columns are not showing up here. They're just on the overview board. Here, I'm going to mirror information that's on the overview board. So it's the same exact process. If I want to add more mirror columns, I simply can add them over here. Now, I do want to point out a few things about mirror columns. Mirror columns, for the most part, cannot be used within automations and workflows. However, there are some automations and workflows that you can use with mirror columns. This is a frustration that I hear about all of the time because people want to use this as a trigger for something. So just keep that in mind, depending what information you want to mirror back and forth, what you can do with it, and if you need it as triggers. Unfortunately, sometimes I end up having to have like a local copy and either we manually enter it, or a really great option actually is that there's apps that will actually copy information from a mirror column to a local column so you can use it as a trigger. A great example of this would be if, let's just say, you have time on all these projects and you want to get a notification when you're over time for all of the projects, like for the project as a whole. So you can have a local column with a number, and then you can use an automation off that number saying like, hey, you've reached this number, just letting you know that you are over your time. I want to show you another feature that you have on the connected board column. You can also decide to limit the amount of items that you can connect per item. So what that means is here you can see I've connected to 3 items, but I can say that you're only allowed to connect to 1 item. So if I click on these 3 dots, and then I go to settings, customize connect boards, I can actually turn this off and I'm only going to be able to link to 1 item as opposed to all of my items. For some scenarios, people only want to be able to link to 1 specific item. And this is a great example why they would want to do this. If you want to disconnect your boards, you simply can go and disconnect them. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you about connected board columns is if someone doesn't have access to the other boards, they're not going to see the data within the connected board column. So for example, if I have a project manager who's working on this board, but they don't have access to this board, the project overview, they won't see any data. It kind of will be blurred out and it will say that you have to request access in order to be able to see that. This is also a newer feature of Monday. It used to be that like you just couldn't see the board, like the columns, like it was just nothing was there. Now there's a way to request access to this specific column that you may not have access to. I would say that overall, knowing how to use connected board columns within Monday is critical because it allows you to actually use less boards because you have different boards for different things. But a lot of times you have overlapping data. And instead of having to write it twice in 2 different boards, you simply have connected board columns. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can manage multiple projects using connected board columns within Monday.com, then watch this next video that I'm going to link to, and I'll show you exactly how to set that up. I'll see you on the other side. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe to receive tips and tricks on how to use Monday.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.